It was really interesting. I'd just seen some of your work online, but we had never met before we all showed up and got on the airplane and flew up to Greenland. And it's intriguing. I mean, I think if you watch some of the real-time stuff, Ben actually put that through the X-ray machine at the airport while it was still recording, which is not an encouraged thing to do. But I think it sort of set the standard of the fact that if you invite a vlogger along, then there is going to be an unfiltered public awareness of what's going on that is not normal. But it is normal if you just think about how big your circle is. Within your own life and maybe the few people around you, you experience all those things together. But it's not culturally normal for us yet, because the technology hasn't been there, to increase the size of the people that are sharing an experience. I got a little of it on orbit. You live in a fishbowl on board a spaceship, and kind of everything you do, it becomes public. And there's also a real wonder in that. Something that is a transient, magnificent experience doesn't need to then be just only personal, but then it becomes something that other people can benefit from. So I saw it as a new thing, but I also, I think, often like the application of technology, I saw it as a really good thing.
You can actually see in the vlogs in the first 3 or 4, everyone else on the ship's avoiding you when you turn the camera at them. You can see people, oh no, and then by about day 5, everyone's just like, wow, this is just what happens, I guess.
Yeah, the ship's not that big, you can't escape.
Really not.
Next question, wherever the microphone is, go ahead.
Hi, so my question is, you go to these places and you go to capture these beautiful things, and you're doing the daily vlog, and you're also, making the visual vibes, and also maybe Snapchatting. So how do you make sure that you have that balance between capturing the beauty and just being in it and taking it in just as an individual who's there in the moment?
That's a good question. It's something that I ask myself every day. Like, what do you film and what don't you film? When do you sit back and enjoy it and really take it on board? And I think the further I go with the vlogs and everything that I capture, I enjoy so much the process of capturing things that it's actually almost as enjoyable as just not capturing things. Like if I'm experiencing something exceptionally beautiful, like which was all day, every day in the Arctic. It was as fun for me to film it as it was to just soak it up. But also what helped in the Arctic was no internet. We were offline for 18 days, and that also changed my world a little bit, because I realised how addicted I was to Instagram, mostly, and just the internet in general, and kind of this craving for knowledge the whole time, which was often not knowledge, information, just being thrown at you the whole time. And Tim and I had a couple of, every day we were having hour-long conversations, just uninterrupted, no phones going off, no nothing, and it was true of the whole generator crew. Like we were having conversations with creators that, firstly, we'd only just been thrown on the ship together, but there was no interruptions, which was really nice. So that gave me more time as well to actually put the camera down and enjoy the Arctic. We were in it 24/7. There was no escaping the boat for 18 days, the ship, sorry. And,
They'd be very mad if you said boat.
Yeah, boat goes on a ship, guys. A ship can't go on a boat.
From my outside perspective, I would say that you vlogging actually drives you to experience more. I think that you were one of the major forces for always going out and doing something, and perhaps that's just your personality, but from my perspective, it was also because there's footage to be seen. There's shots to be had, so you just got to go and get them. So I'd say that it kind of enhances your ability to experience it. Like you were saying in the helicopter, you didn't necessarily even remember filming that part, because you were there. And it was hard not to experience that moment. That was a very intense series of moments. So, maybe I'm wrong, but it seems to me more like it's a powerful.
Yeah, I think also if it wasn't for filming everything, I wouldn't be doing these amazing, incredible experiences. So I have in my mind, I'm obligated to film everything and share it, because it would be a waste, but I'm in such a privileged, lucky position to have these experiences that I must film them. and share them, you know?
My impression, to answer your question, is if it is eliciting an emotion in me, whatever I'm experiencing, if for whatever reason it makes me feel different, makes me feel suddenly delighted or sad or surprised, then it will probably have a similar effect on other people. So I look for those triggers of wow, or geez, that wasn't what I expected. And then, and this is something that Evan and I have discussed a fair bit in the past, is then to as honestly and immediately and clearly as possible express that in the reason that it delighted you. And try and dig into yourself and say, why did that make me feel, why did that bring tears to my eyes all of a sudden? What caused that? And sometimes you just know it's happening, and later you have to go back, because your emotions can't always keep up, or at least your self-expression or self-explanation of it can't keep up. But the ability to try and capture it at the moment, to force yourself to be exposed to it, so that then your emotions can go through their ride, and then do a little analysis as to why that reacted its way within you, and then try and let people see that internal part of it. To me, that ends up being maybe the most poignant expression of the experiences that all of us have.
Ultimately, our goal was not views. We brought on a lot of people on this ship who don't necessarily have a following. We have, one of our photographers has 36 followers online, yet he's one of the most incredible photographers I've ever seen. So from our point of view, it was more, we're trying to do something, we're trying to capture something, and therefore the experience and the capturing are almost hand in hand. They're almost the exact same thing. And so I tried to bring people who, like Ben and Tim, do that as a natural extension of themselves, and Dad as well. You know, it becomes a natural extension of your experience, rather than a separate two things, I film and I experience. They're kind of the same.
Since I can remember, created in some way. It was originally music and then became filmmaking. And I think actually it's pretty similar to what Evan just said, which is it becomes a natural extension of you. I've always been kind of a more quiet, awkward type person, and so I would, with music or with film, that's like one way to express what I'm feeling. Like I said, like on the boat, that was an emotion or a mood that I had, and that was a way to kind of figure out how to capture it and put it out. And I think as you grow your skills, you can kind of show what you were feeling more clearly. And so, yeah, I mean, obviously I love when other people see my stuff and connect to it, but I wasn't originally creating it, for other people. I was creating it to express, my emotions, my feelings, whatever. So, yeah, I guess that's why I create.
It's just really fun to take photos. I've always enjoyed taking photos and capturing moments. It's more fun when you can share it with people, and I think that was a little bit of the struggle in the archive. Was I had so many images I wanted to share instantly, and all these vlogs that I wanted to upload, but we had to be patient and wait till we got home. I think it was worth it, going away from the internet for a little bit. But yeah, I think just fun really. I have a great time. What makes me really happy is when I review some of my footage and I see that it's going to come together into like a culmination, like a piece, like a little film. And when I know that when I've shot something the best I could shoot it, and I've really taken full advantage of that moment that was happening and captured it exactly how I want to see it and how I want it to be seen, that's what makes me really stoked.
Yeah, I think at least for me, if at the end of the day I've captured any sort of photos or video that I know will fit into some project or that I'm just super excited about, that's like a good day to me. So the Arctic, at least for me, and I think it was similar, we would come back at the end of the day and be looking through our stuff, and we were both kind of just shaking with excitement.
All this happened and we were trying to go through footage.
Yeah, almost every single day. I wasn't sure, I hadn't spent a lot of time with a ton of time with Ben before on his vlogs, and so I wasn't sure how much of the excitement in his vlogs was real or kind of put on, but I can tell you that it's not put on. We were that excited about every single thing that we saw. Yeah.
I see the difference, if you sit in your living room with whatever musical instrument you play and cover some, I don't know, Beethoven's Fifth. You sit in your living room and you go dun 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 or whatever on your guitar and you do your best of your ability, it might be all right. But that same song played in a concert hall with thousands of people, with a whole orchestra around you, even though it's the same piece of music, suddenly it takes on an entirely different significance. And you actually inspire a change in other people, their perception of the world, their perception of possibility. Another example, and this is just in my own particular area, but when the Soviets were exploring space in the 60s, they never let anybody share it until they had already succeeded, and then they parsed out a tiny little bit of it, sort of as a manufactured, newsworthy, interpreted version of an actual human event. The Americans, when they landed on the moon, they broadcast the whole thing live. No matter what went wrong, they were crazy brave enough to just put it out there because they recognized how important this event was. And it therefore directly affected the lives of 1 billion people just because of the fresh, unfiltered reality of it. And I think for me that really reinforced the importance, if you're doing something that is unique to you, to use the best of your ability to explain it to yourself, but then also use the technology to let other people see it, and therefore maybe have other people see the world and their own actions a little more clearly.
So currently headed to the Daily Vlogger screening a little bit early because I want to get some coffee before the event. Got coffee in a real mug.
So we come out here, we're like, is anybody even out there? And then we like, oh, there's people. It's like surprising to see that there's actually people here. So
this is our biggest screening this year. Yeah, the Daily Vlogger screening. Yeah, it's almost very, very, very close to sold out. It's like, I don't know, 10 seats.
Okay, so now that I look at the picture that I
That
took,
off.
I don't actually have names, I just have video files. So I think that'd be interesting to see what the creators title their video file when they don't think anybody's going to see what they title their video file. This crappy thing I made for Bufferfest, whose is that?
Bufferfest _final _3 _final .mov.
Okay, so the first file I have is 000AD 1 Sunday capital HQ _2.mov. Whose is that file?
Are you being sarcastic or are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Oh.
I have a list of video files that we're supposed to play.
Okay, so let me tell you how Bufferfest was supposed to work. So we would sit here and we would talk and we would banter and then we would say, let's throw to the next video, and we don't quite know what it is, and then after we come back from the video, that person would chime in.
Right, but once again, I only have a list of video files. So, we have a list of names that we're...
You could just intro.
No,
Okay,
why don't we just quickly run
so
along
let me show you how to do it, okay?
I would appreciate that.
All right, let's watch the first video.
So just finished the Daily Vlogger screening. It was really good. There's a lot more daily vloggers than I thought were going to be on the panel, which is always good. Now I am heading to get picked up by my wife and kids and do a 3-hour drive to get back home. Both kids are sleeping right now. We're about to cross over the border, but we're gonna stop at the duty-free to see if they have any smoothies, because I want a smoothie.